Doppelgangers. The NPC cloning bug. Imagine walking down the street and seeing yourself. Not a lookalike, not a twin. You. Same face, same outfit, same movements. At first your brain scrambles for a logical explanation. A coincidence, a weird reflection, but then it looks at you, and you realize it knows. Throughout history, people have reported seeing their own double, and it's almost never a good thing. One of the most famous cases was Abraham Lincoln. A few days before his assassination, he reportedly saw his own reflection in a mirror, except there were two of him. One looked normal, the other was ghostly pale. His wife, naturally, did the reasonable thing and decided that this meant he was going to die. And then, well, we all know how that turned out. Now maybe Lincoln was tired, maybe his brain just filled in an extra image, or maybe it's just a glitch in the system. Maybe reality accidentally rendered two copies of you for a moment. Maybe you just got a glimpse of yourself from another timeline, or maybe something else is trying to take your place. Either way, if you ever see someone who looks exactly like you, walk the other way, fast. Sleep paralysis, the forced cutscene. You can't skip. It happens in the middle of the night. Your eyes snap open. You can see your room, your ceiling, the faint glow of the streetlight outside. Everything is normal except you can't move. Not a single muscle. Your arms, your legs, completely locked. You try to call for help, but your voice won't come out. And then you feel it, a presence, standing at the edge of your bed. This is sleep paralysis, and if you haven't experienced it yet, congratulations, you've avoided one of the worst free trial experiences that the human body has to offer. People describe it as being trapped inside your own body. Science calls it a simple sleep cycle disruption. During REM sleep, the body is in a state of muscle atonia to prevent acting out dreams. And if you break this sleep, your brain wakes up, but your muscles are still paralyzed. It's supposed to last a few seconds, maybe a minute at most, but to the people experiencing it, it can feel like a lifetime. And here's where it gets weird, because for some reason, sleep paralysis doesn't just come with paralysis, it comes with company. People across different cultures, across history, across completely separate parts of the world, all describe seeing the exact same thing, a dark silhouette, watching them. If this is just a random brain glitch, why are millions of people hallucinating the exact same thing? There are two possible answers. One, the human brain is hardwired to hallucinate terrifying figures when it's in this state, a cruel little evolutionary prank designed to make an already terrible experience even worse. Or two, these things are always there, and sleep paralysis is just the one time you're actually able to see them. Spontaneous human combustion, the self-destruct glitch. Imagine you're sitting in your living room reading a book, sipping some tea, nothing out of the ordinary. Then without warning, you burst into flames. Not like you knocked over a candle flames. Not like your clothes caught fire flames. No, you ignite from the inside out. And by the time someone finds you, there's nothing left but a pile of ash. And maybe a pair of legs that somehow survived. This is spontaneous human combustion, one of the strangest, most unsettling phenomena ever recorded. Science has a lot of answers, but on this one, they're beat. Some half-ass explanations include the wick effect, where body fat acts like candle wax, slowly burning the person over time. But if that's the case, why does it sometimes stop halfway? Take Margaret Hogan, for example, an unusually hot 89-year-old widow from Dublin. On March the 28th, 1970, she was found burned almost to nothing in her home. The plastic flowers on the table had melted into sludge, and the television screen 12 feet away was warped beyond recognition. And yet, her feet and both legs below the knees were untouched. An inquest was held. The official cause of death, burning, the cause of the fire, unknown. Which means either 1, the human body has a hidden self-destruct button. 2, some people accidentally trigger an irreversible system error. 3, reality occasionally just alter 4 people in the most traumatic way possible. Whichever one it is, the conclusion is the same. If one day you start feeling a little too warm and you're nowhere near an open flame, you might have about 3 seconds to figure out why. Quantum immortality, the real-life respawn glitch. You should be dead. That car missed you by inches. Lucky? Maybe. Or maybe you just don't die. Quantum immortality is the idea that every time you die, your consciousness jumps, not to heaven, not to hell, but to the nearest reality where you survived. From your perspective, you never die. You just keep waking up in timelines where you barely made it. Take Frane Selak, a man who should have died multiple times. In 1954, his train derailed into an icy river. 17 people drowned. He didn't. The next year, he was sucked out of a plane mid-flight and landed in a haystack. Then a bus crash, multiple car crashes, a car explosion, and finally he won the lottery. From his perspective, he never died. And that's the terrifying part. If quantum immortality is real, then you will never experience your own death. The versions of you that died, you don't remember them, because they're gone. But what happens when there's no timeline left for you to survive? Is there a final game over? Or does reality just keep you going? And if that's the case, how long have you actually been alive?